Buenas tardes y bienvenidos y bienvenidas.
Good afternoon. Welcome to our summit, Regenerative Company 2024, Collective Actions to Live Better. With you, we have Cesar, of Support Leader, and Manolo, Corporate Affairs Leader for ESG and Sustainability. Please, a round of applause. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a great pleasure to be with you today to welcome you officially to this special Walmart Mexico and Central America event. That's right, Cesar. Thank you to everyone here with us, to our dear Sam Walton Auditorium, and to the people following live through Facebook and LinkedIn. To begin full of energy, please, let's all do Walmart's cheer.
Dame una W, dame una A, dame una L, una squiggly, una M, dame una A, dame una R, dame una T. ¿Qué dice? ¿De quién es Walmart? ¿Y quién es la número uno?
Now, let's warmly welcome and give a round of applause to Armando Caribe, our CEO Mexico and Walmart Central America. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I am really glad to greet you today. This way we can share with you all of the actions that we're doing at Walmart Mexico and Central America to become that regenerative company for 2040, that public commitment we made a while ago that requires lots of work and effort. We're really happy with this challenge. In all of the countries that Walmart has a presence, we work with one purpose, which is helping people save money and live better. When we talk about living better, it's that responsibility that we have, the scale that we have in our business that helps us lead the way to a more sustainable future. That future is what's going to help people live better in the future. That is why, alongside our purpose, living better, we're committed to being a regenerative company, and that is an objective that fills us with pride. Becoming regenerative goes beyond sustainability. It's about placing in the forefront the nature and humanity to leave a social, economical, and environmental footprint that is positive, that contributes for people's well-being and health in communities and the planet. As an omni-channel leading company, we have a chance to make a difference. Who better than us to lead the way? Through our operations, we generate economic opportunities and development for everybody working on our supply chain. We have vendors, small agricultures, and their communities. As far as our planet, we are devoted to implementing practices that respect and restore the environment, not just protect. We also want to help regenerate and restore, and not only reduction of emissions and using renewable energy. We also have sustainable management of resources and generation of energy. We are fostering integration of regenerative practices on the design of our stores and clubs. For example, cooling air with less of an impact that helps us reduce about 60% of emissions. And also with the installation of our solar panels at stores and clubs, we're reducing up to 40% of energy consumption. We also have actions for the care and filtration of water. During this summit, you will have the opportunity of hearing our leaders who will be sharing all of their progress as well as the main commitments for the following 5 years. It's not just about talking, we need to do the walk. talk about what we're doing, and I believe we're not alone in this journey. Our ambition of being regenerative requires collaboration of each one of you who are the associates, our clients, our vendors, and the community. This is a joint effort as a society. We're all part of the planet. We're responsible for caring for it for us and future generations. At Walmart, we truly are aware of this commitment and the important role we play in society. That's why I want for this to be a start point to rethink of our actions and act collectively, and mostly to improve our lives and the world around us. Thank you for coming to us to this great initiative. I believe that together we can build a future where companies not only thrive economically, but they can also be positive and long lasting change agents. We can lead the change in society. Once again, thank you for being here with us. Just by being here, we are proud and honored. We want to thank you for your support to our initiatives for the future to become a regenerative company for 2020. I want you to hear a message from Kat McLean, President and CEO of Walmart International. Thank you, everyone. Have a great event.
Hi, everyone. It's Kath. Welcome to our Regeneration Summit. Part of our purpose as a company is to help people live better. And one way we do that is by creating shared value. We believe that when Walmart creates value for all of our stakeholders, we strengthen our business. In turn, that allows us to invest in more ways to serve our stakeholders even better. In the end, we create a virtuous cycle for all. It's a different way to think about our role as a business and how we can create value for our shareholders, associates, communities, and suppliers while safeguarding the Earth's resources. Shared value is a big reason that we're aiming to become a regenerative company by 2040. That means we want to go beyond mitigating negative impact and make a positive difference for good. In other words, we want to add value in everything that we do. I'm proud of the progress we're making, like the opportunities we offer local suppliers, who provide nearly 85% of what we sell in our stores and clubs in Mexico, or the advances we're made in reducing food waste. But we have more to do. We can only reach our goals if they're pursued in every market, in every store and club, and by all our associates, suppliers, and communities. I hope this summit will light a spark in all of us to find new, creative ways to use our scale for good. Thank you for joining us on this journey.
Thank you so much to Kat McLean, our President, Walmart International. Know that creating a shared value for our shareholders, our associates, communities, vendors is key in order to protect the planet's resources, and that's what we're doing from here. Good afternoon, I'm Javier Debrino, Corporate Affairs Leader of Walmart Mexico and Central America, and I want to respectfully greet all of our vendors, representatives, associates, analysts, organizations from civil society, all of the experts and leaders of opinion here today. Welcome to Walmart Mexico and Central America. And I'd like to make a public acknowledgement to our associates from the staff, operations, all of the people who are following this broadcast, both here in Mexico as well as in our Central American markets, and the people following us from Bentonville. Thank you for being here with us online. These conversations should be followed closely. Today we're going to talk about the actions that Walmart Mexico and Central America is doing precisely in order to achieve this ambition that Nacho Caribe mentioned, becoming a regenerative company by 2040. Before beginning, please let's welcome Beatriz Nunez, our leader at the growth area. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome, Raul Quintana, our omni-channel operations leader. Thank you. And welcome, Pablo Garcia, our finance leader. Welcome, Betty, Raul, Paulo. As you know, our actions in order to care for the environment and society, they're actually not new for Walmart. This is a part of our DNA since 2020. We specifically began talking about the concept of regeneration. This has different components, but at its core, it's about creating some sort of positive domino effect on people, on communities, on our planet, and becoming a regenerative company means being a force for good, which is closely linked to our purpose, which is to precisely help people save money and live better. That is our mission. Betty, I'd like to begin with you. Please tell us about how our ecosystem contributes to fulfilling this purpose. Of course, Javier. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. One of our key commitments is to build an ecosystem where our clients and associates can have access to great value solutions that contribute to their well-being and that of their loved ones. That is why we need to know their needs, their concerns, so that we can effectively address each one of these pain points. Through a really detailed and in-depth investigation, we understood our clients and we've identified, as surely you know, that there are lots of needs that have not been met. That is why we have posed the question, how can we contribute to them solving these needs and accessing new opportunities? The answer is in giving access to an ecosystem that has multiple solutions in one place. Our focus is on the needs of our clients and associates by offering services and experiences that will help them live better. We've created value propositions where the client can come to this network of interconnections. Thanks to the close relationship we have with our clients and the trust they give us, we want to give them the opportunity to be connected to the most affordable pricing. Or we've also introduced new and even better financial services that are affordable, such as credit, remittances, and our digital portfolio cash. We have our whole value proposition centered around health. We have a health program and the inauguration of our first medical service center in Mexico City. We are still expanding our offer. We're still expanding our main health offer at the most accessible and affordable pricing for the clients. We know that our clients have challenges by trying to incorporate themselves to digital economy, accessing financial services, and receiving quality health services. That is why we're looking for solutions all the time to give them access to opportunities that can meet their needs in the most simple way. That's what we're doing. Thank you, Betty, for sharing your vision and for that great work in order to contribute to the well-being of families in Mexico. And the mission of becoming a regenerative company implies improving lots of aspects in our business. For example, residue management, development of our supply chain, and in this path, we're facing lots of challenges. Our scale, no doubt, is one of the main strengths in order to face those challenges, but you can imagine as well that operating around 400 stores and clubs all over the region and managing a supply chain for 40,000 vendors also entails really important challenges. We also face those external challenges such as extreme weather events that we faced in the recent past, hurricanes, droughts, floodings, and other challenges in nature and technology, as well as the market availability of cooling gases with a lower environmental impact that we've mentioned. This also demands us to adapt, to be proactive, and I'd like to ask Raul Quintana, as Omni-Channel Operations Leader, to please share what challenges we face in order to comply with these commitments, how we're solving it, how we're moving forward as a regenerative company. Of course, welcome. The challenges we face are great. In order to reach our goals, we have several strategies and actions, Paulo, really scalable practices that will help us in our goal. One of the main paths to achieve our goals is the physical infrastructure that we have in stores and clubs. Our scale has over 3,000 stores in Mexico and around 1,000 in Central America, has become a key tool in order to really be catalysts for change, a positive change that we can have in Mexico and the world. For example, Javier, regarding energy and emissions, the installation of solar panels in our stores and clubs and distribution centers helped us reduce our carbon footprint. Our commitment, as you know, is to become a zero emission company by 2040. We've also incorporated the water treatment plants in our operations. This investment allows us to manage responsibly a resource as valuable as water. By having efficient management of water, we not only comply with environmental rules, but we also contribute to sustainable usage that ensures availability for future generations. As you said, our scale implies challenges when we want to mitigate environmental impact regarding residue, water, energy in all of our stores and clubs. We found innovative mechanisms in operations. For example, we have a program in our stores and clubs called Right Leaders, which are associates proactively applying in each one of our stores and clubs to foster and improve practices that will optimize processes and generate efficiency for residue, water, and energy. Today, about 100% of our stores and clubs have a right leader that is proactively helping Mexico and the environment. Thank you, Raul. That is really important because none of this progress would be possible without the exceptional effort from our financial team under Paulo's leadership. And please, Paulo, I would love for you to share your opinion on the importance of investing in this regeneration task. Good afternoon, Javier, Betty, Raul, and everyone. Yes. In today's world, a generative agenda is a must, taking into account investments as we used to have, financial returns. That's just not enough. And if you think about it, it's not just a novel cause. It is also a strategic agenda where all companies must have it, including Walmart. But if you think about it from the standpoint of the efficiencies and savings, regarding Raul's example about solar panels, we're not just contributing to reducing the carbon footprint in our regenerative agenda. We're bringing efficiency to our P&L, but at the end of the day, this technological investment that we're making is a win-win because it contributes with the financial return, they're improving our planet and the well-being of our people. Same when we talk about social inclusion. Our stores give access to people, and that is how we can give better social well-being. And if you think about it, regarding our stakeholders, it is a demand that all stakeholders are requiring. And if I'm allowed to talk about investors' viewpoints, they demand this. We have investors who only invest in companies that have a regenerative agenda. We have some that actually only invest in companies with a specific agenda and they want to know more details. So in a nutshell, we need to invest way beyond traditional investment. And if we can complement this with improving well-being of the people and the planet, well, that's a win-win. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Betty, Raul, for sharing with us your viewpoints, sharing that vision of the company from different aspects toward regeneration. And as we continue with this conversation, we're going to go in depth into key aspects that will help us fulfill the ambition of becoming a regenerative company by 2040. Please come with us to the next segment in order to get to know how we're strengthening communities and local economies. And I invite my colleagues who will be in the following panels. Thank you, Betty, Raul, and Pablo. Connect once again with the field. Feel the freshness of Mexican products. When you choose fruits and vegetables from agricultural producers in our stores and online, you're choosing to support lots of field communities to be productive, prosper, and grow to live better. We're sowing Mexican pride. Walmart Foundation, Mexico. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dolores Fernandez, leader from Category Strategy, and I am sharing the stage today with Gisela Noblen, leader of the Walmart Foundation Mexico, and our special guest, Elias Alonso, representative of Frutas Selectas of Huizcolotla. Welcome and thank you for being here with us. At Walmart Mexico and Central America, we're committed to supporting the small and medium producers to foster growth of local economies and therefore development of communities. We know that for our producers, working at Walmart means access to over 6 million clients and associates, making purchases every day at our stores, giving them the opportunity of huge growth. We want to use our scale to benefit producers by fostering innovative production locally and supporting their growth through diverse initiatives and programs. Our goal is to significantly contribute to increasing their goals and to strengthen their skills continuously by giving them access and and stay in a solid and safe market. For example, in Mexico, the small producer program was born because we wanted to transform the Mexican field ecosystem for small producers through development of productive skills, commercial skills, in order to access these formal markets. We're also transforming our commercial conditions, for example, installments under 7 days, purchase letters to improve their growth as producers. Last year, we benefited over 5,000 producers who are adding to the over 30,000 producers in 25 states of the country where we've already had an impact. Through this program, small producers can increase their income in over 40%. Only through agronomical improvement, and 93% of their purchases are direct. Our purpose for 2030 is that 20% of the total of our fruits and vegetables will come from small producers in Mexico. And Central America, we want to get to 65%. In Central America, we also have a program called the Fertile Land, which also gives direct access to small and medium agricultural producers. In 2023, Mexico's programs reached over 3,200 million peso purchases with over 60 hectares, working with regenerative agriculture practices. And in Central America, we have over 1,100,000 pesos to these purchases. By strengthening this, we have a support network that supports everyone, producers, families, and of course our clients who enjoy diverse, fresh, and high-quality products. We firmly believe that by doing this, we not only optimize our supply chains, we're also creating a more prosperous future for families. We also want to share with you and to hear one of our producers, Elias. You began 2016 with training, achieving your first sales in 2018 for 290,000 pesos. And last year, that which began in 2018 as 290,000 pesos has already transformed into 34 million pesos. Would you like to share a little bit about your experience and how your life changed before and after coming to Walmart? Your life and your family's life. Thank you. Before anything else, I want to thank you for the opportunity of being here with you. Just so that you can get to know about me, I come from Huixcolotla, which is located in Tierra Blanca in the state of Veracruz. My town has about 2,500 inhabitants. And I want to tell you what's happened at my town. If you had gone 5 years before, my people is working people. We all depend on agriculture. So since agriculture is quite unstable regarding pricing, sometimes we have no one to sell to, or crops are really good and there's no one to sell to. Oftentimes we just have them laying on the field, or it can be the other way around. There's good pricing and not good crops. The case we're living right now, we're not thinking of what's going to happen with the crops. Are we selling it or not? Not at all. We know that we have a good client, a great client, Walmart. So our focus is not precisely thinking, stressing out. Our focus is on working, and sometimes we work more, but with a clear mindset. That's truly had an effect on the well-being of our families. And the well-being not only of our families as a group of Frutas Selectas, we're 23 people working. there right now. But rather, those 23 members, we have lots of workers, we have more or less 70, 80 fixed workers, and lots of temporary ones. If we do the math, 70 or 80 people helping us work, that's 70 or 80 families. Plus 20 of us, it's 100 families. So if we do the math, in these towns, it's big families, 400 or 500 people who are directly being helped by this program. This program in my town and all towns where there are programs like this, growth is quite noticeable because we have an engine which is stable. We're not thinking that tomorrow we don't know what to do, what not to do. We're thinking of working and we're selling the product, and thank God, mainly, and thanks to you as well, because you've given us a chance. We have stable work which generates income for a town of 500 people, and there's 500 people receiving something directly, which causes the whole town to grow. I cannot find the right words to thank you, and hopefully we could increase these programs for more people, because you won't let me lie, people who have these programs in their town, that helps them grow, and I believe that's what life is about. Not being rich, but being stable, working at ease. So thank you. Thank you, Elias. I believe we have to thank you, because thanks to people like you, like your family, that's how we can keep on having an impact on communities, towns, and more people. You're an example and an ambassador, so that we can all keep on being excited for this program. So thank you for sharing your story, which I know it's not easy to be here. Thank you. And congratulations for your trajectory and growth as a company. Now, Gisela, what can you tell us about Elias's story? I agree with Dolores. You inspire us to keep on working. This is not a program where there are very few people. There's lots of people here and not here who make this possible, so thank you for the inspiration. The Small Producers program also represents a great opportunity, as we saw with Elias, to generate changes in rural zones by connecting markets. Basically, the dream is to cause this rural development. Throughout the years since we've developed this, the program has incorporated regenerative agriculture, work with women, generation of employment. We're also reversing migration. It works, we know it. But in order to care for the field, we need to work urgently in two new challenges. One, we need to get young people to want to stay. We want for them to look at the country as a future for them and their families. And second of all, caring for water in agriculture. Well, the program already has lots of water components. I want to make a stop along the way to thank someone, a special guest, Mr. Isaías González. He's around here. Let me tell you why. Many months ago, we had a meeting because we all love agriculture, and in that meeting, I was really surprised because we didn't have a profound look at a problem we do have. And he's here with his team. Honestly, what I have to say is that it was a moment where our eyes were open to all of the challenges that we need to face. Then this year we lived through the drought, and we all realized that agriculture wastes over 70% of water, which is why today and from that day on, we're working on developing a model that will support more people more in depth regarding water, and with dream we're modeling it in Tamaulipas in order to get us all saving lots of cubic meters through technification and training nationwide. So thank you, Mr. Isaías, for the inspiration, and we're working on this project. Thank you, Gisela. Definitely good news. We need everybody to work together. Special thanks to Elias and Mr. Isaías. Now, tell us more about Walmart Mexico's commitment. Of course, Dolores, the story began 20 years ago when we started thinking, what kind of model did we want? We began working with the birth of the foundation on, first of all, boosting our associates' social commitment through volunteering. Currently, in all places of the country where we have a presence, we work with local organizations and the community to understand and better respond to their needs. This way, last year, over 25,400 associates contributed to their community in 1,125 volunteering events. We planted trees, we cleaned the beaches, rivers, forests, we painted schools, we went with the elderly, with children. This is our foundation focused on boosting these models that work for tending to poverty. We connect solutions and realities in order to contribute reducing and helping disaster cases. I want to talk about the challenges in the model. First of all, we heard the small producers model to boost economic growth, but we're also working closely with the food health in rural zones. We have a model thanks to ONG. We have Mexico Indígena in the project, who makes it possible for many families, among them lots of indigenous families, to have an orchard, a farm, and a rainwater capturing system that allows them to overcome poverty in a year, increasing their income in 296.5% in the region. And in spite of the food production, there's lots of people who don't have anything to eat, and we have that challenge. Food waste on the one hand and lack of food health on the other. Lots of families don't have food, and lots of this food end up in the trash. That is why we're always looking for a way to address this challenge with social organizations. And we have one of the most important goals, which is making the most out of general food and the goods that are good for human consumption, not just by reducing food waste, but also by ensuring that they'll get to the people who need them the most. Thanks to the collaboration we have with food banks nationwide and lots of organizations, we've allocated donated food, and in 2023 we donated over 47,000 tons of food and general goods to all localities where we have a presence, benefiting over 1,700,000 people going through food poverty. Our commitment is to donate at least 50% of the food and general goods in Mexico and Central America. I want to finish by thanking our associates, the social organizations, our allies, the academia, the bodies, and the friends of our organization and the company, because we've had an impact on over 2.3 million people only last year by channeling over 300,000 million pesos. And with this, I'll finish with Mexico. Come with me to look at the effort that we're making in Central America. Let's watch the video. Cinco Alimentos is an initiative generated by Walmart Mexico and Central America with help of private companies. The purpose is to minimize hunger, support and improve quality of lives of Central American families who are vulnerable. This nonprofit organization has helped over 220,000 people on the first 6 months of 2024 by ensuring each home has access to key food. The main benefits are access to basic food, strengthening of communities, and reduction of food waste. These benefits not only address immediate needs of families, but also contribute to their long-term well-being. In Walmart Central America, we are committed to social and economical development of communities where we operate so that families can live better. Well, thank you so much, Elias, Isela. No doubt, boosting these initiatives is everybody's job. So now let's watch the following panel on diversity, equality, and inclusion. Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Cristina Ronsky. It is great to greet you all today. Our founder, Sam Walton, used to say, if people believe in themselves, it's amazing what they can achieve. This is one of my favorite phrases. Here in Walmart, Mexico and Central America, we want for everybody to have the sense of belonging, and this way we can contribute to our purpose and live the values of our culture. We want for all of our associates to feel accepted, valued, supported, and that is why we're working in order to strengthen equality and opportunities for growth for everyone. When our associates feel like they belong, they feel empowered to reach their full potential and to offer exceptional service to our clients and associates. By fostering a culture of belonging, we're not only boosting our business, we're also becoming a positive strength in all communities where we operate. Now come with me to the following panel about diversity, equality, and inclusion, and let's get to know the success stories that make us proud. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. My name is Juan Carlos Alarcón, people leader for Mexico and Central America. It is truly a pleasure and honor to be with you sharing this panel and space in the afternoon. As Cristina said, we are constantly fostering places where diversity, equality, and inclusion are our strength. Our commitment is to forge a work environment where everybody feels welcome, acknowledged, and valued. A place where all of our associates can always be 100% themselves with opportunities to belong, and do something. Please come with me to get to know Janet's story. It is an associate from Coatzintla. I've been working at Bodega Aurrera for almost 3 years. Before working here, I didn't have formal employment. I cut people's hair. I had different jobs. I would also sell Jell-O. That's what I did. I work in the teal area, and people approach me, they talk to me, I explain that I am deaf, I cannot hear, I show them my best, so then we communicate. I show them on the screen the amount, and once it's ready, I give them their change. Honestly, I thought that I was going to work in cleaning. The girl told me, not at all, you're working in the teal area. I was really excited because I like to work and share with different people and help them. people who are deaf that come work here can also help. We can generate inclusion in this space in order to work, and that makes me feel great. I really like it. People who hear or don't, we can all share together. In Walmart Mexico and Central America, I belong. I believe the video says it all. We're really proud of Jeanette and what she has achieved, but we continue on working on our 4 areas: talent with LGBT communities, non-discrimination, gender equality. Gender equality, we are really proud of sharing for the second year in a row. Expansion and top companies acknowledged us with the first place on the list of super companies for Women 2024 for boosting talent in women. Gender equality in Walmart means that everybody has the same opportunities in order to grow and move forward in their career. It means that everybody receives fair remuneration for their work based on their development and skills. That also means that everybody has access to benefits that will guarantee their right to working within this great company. To go more in depth into the topic, I'd like to invite 2 associates who have a great trajectory in Walmart. Alexandra Montero, leader of operations Walmart Supercenter for the Northern Region, and Josefina Morin, divisional manager of e-commerce. Welcome. Please, welcome. Great, so thank you for being with us. You both have a history and a beautiful trajectory over 20 years with us. Ale, I know that you will be 22 years next weekend. And I'd like to begin with you. You were recently promoted to sub-manager operations for Walmart Supercenter in the Northern Region, which meant you had to move from Costa Rica to Mexico with your whole family. I had a chance to meet you in Costa Rica, and you were great. You were growing. Please tell us what made you accept the challenge. Thank you. First of all, my dreams, my family, my parents, my sisters, my husband, who is my best friend, and my sons. I have 2, Maria Celeste, who is 13, and Sebastian, 23. They are my inspiration, my motivation. Today, it's been a month since we've been living in Mexico. It was not an easy choice because I thought of leaving everything behind in Costa Rica, and the transformation of Superformats, my team, my leaders. But it was easy with the support Central America provided, human resources in operations. They knew that this was my dream, and also the peace of mind of knowing that I was coming into a wonderful W2 team. So that's how I felt, that's how I've been treated. I used to know my dream really clearly. I wanted to learn from another culture, and Mexico slowly became that dream because we constantly received lots of visits. We shared ideas, practices, achievements, always looking for amazing execution of our value proposition. And also, my coach, she lives in Spain, but she's Mexican, so she had that connection and interest for this culture. As you mentioned, I will be working here for 22 years next week. This has been my only job. I've had 4 formats I was on my format for 10 years. I was an intern for 6 years in asset protection. Now it's been 6 years since I've been in a super format. And in these 10 promotions that I've had, I've always selected the most difficult challenge, the one with the most opportunities, because I love transforming and I love people, I love selling, so clearly nothing can go wrong, right? My essence is based on making high performance teams, listening to people and generating ideas that will have an impact on the business. My greatest satisfaction in this job and this life has been precisely having a balance, and in the end they complement each other because I am passionate for my work. My family supports me, so it's a beautiful fusion. And I also know that I have an impact on lives. I give opportunities for growth to our talent. So you asked me what motivated me to accept the challenge. That was it. That's why I'm in your country, which is now mine as well, because it welcomed me with open arms. Thank you, Ale. Round of applause for her. What a beautiful story, and it's also quite balanced. We have the professional, the personal part, your family life. So I'm really glad that you could make everything work. Now let's go with you, Josefina. You've also had an amazing career and trajectory in the company. Something that really caught my attention was that you began from the bottom. You broke barriers from there. How has the journey been in your career? And please, what can you share? Hello, Juan Carlos. I came to the company 20 years ago as a general auxiliary, and throughout time, I've had a chance of looking. A while ago, I raised my hand. I was sent to the course, but this was not a position for women. It was about operating a load team. It was more of a men's job. But when I went to training, it turned out it was just men. And when I went there were lots of uncomfortable comments, mocking me because I was a woman. But thanks to having colleagues who were my friends, and I finished the course, and I also wanted to be the best forklifter, and I achieved it. Thank you. Honestly, the evolution the company has had by having equality, being forklifter, manager, whatever, you can do it just as long as you commit yourself. The company has evolved as well by spending time with your family. 4 years ago, I became a mother, and when I had my leave, Human Resources called me. They gave me the news that Walmart was going to give me 2 additional months with my baby, more than what is given to us by law. So spending that time with my son was completely amazing. I'm back to work, not with the same one. Now it was doubled because the time they gave us with our family, also with women, it's also hard to leave it because we're afraid of leaving 5 months, coming back and not having a job or your position, your computer. Leaders are committed 100% to this benefit, and I am a proof of that, and some other women who have taken advantage of this. I left, I came back, my place of work was here, my activities as well, and I am still here hoping to continue to grow in the company. That's it. Thank you. Thank you, Jose. A true inspiration for men and women and how you've broken barriers in your career to get to where you are. So congratulations. I'm really happy for you. To close things, maybe could you give us advice to continue on boosting gender equality and fostering spaces for equal opportunities for everybody? Well, Walmart is a company of opportunities with great leaders that place the society at the forefront clearly. So we have motivated associates who also place clients in the forefront and offer great benefits, thinking of personal growth and our growth at work. Like the Crecemos Juntas network, we also have Walmart that gives us opportunities, benefits, having this habit of savings and also personal growth under a work environment which is exceptional. I believe our function as leaders is to know that our associates have this information from day one, that they come to work. Values such as respect, equality, empathy, they need to continue on our actions. I personally invite you to commit to excellence, inclusion in everything we do when we make choices. And women, let's support each other. Opportunities, we have to look for them, take them, build them. We need to share the glow. And you can be a mother, a wife, you can be a leader, and you can dream at Walmart.
José,
Thank you. Jose,
¿qué nos cuentas? ¿Qué nos dices?
what do you have to say to us? I want to invite everybody to be with us and continue on being allies no matter where we are or the position we have. It is important to always be focused on the needs of every person by making them feel a part of the Walmart family, no matter that you're not an associate or that you're a vendor. No matter where you are, you'll always belong to this great family. Thank you. Thank you. Let's please have a round of applause for Ale and Jose. Thank you. We feel really proud of you being with us and being a part of this great family. Now, I just want to end the panel with the following message. Diversity of talent is a reflection of the diversity of our clients and associates, what makes us more sensible to their needs and really enriches our teams with new perspectives and innovation to help them save money and live better. Through our value change, we have boosted diversity, equality, and inclusion with our associates. We are building a better future for our company and the communities where we have a presence. Now, I invite you to look at the next panel where we'll go in depth into our commitment with the environment and the challenges that we're facing. Thank you so much. Ale and Jose, thank you, everybody. At Walmart Mexico and Central America, we're working for a better planet for future generations by placing nature and humankind at the core of our decisions. Here we are once again to continue with panels and talk about a regenerative company. I am really glad to share this space with Gaston Weinstein, our leader of supply chain and real estate, Luisa de Andrade, packaging and sustainability leader of our brands, and Pepe Mosas from the Tissues Group. Thank you. Since as we've said, we've faced challenges, and according to the report in 2024, it indicates that 5 out of the 10 most important challenges of the following decades are linked to the environment, from the increase of weather events, biodiversity loss, loss of resources, and pollution pollution of water, soil, and air. Walmart Mexico and Central America is 100% committed to the environment. We know as a company we have a key role to play in society and the world. That is why in this segment we want to talk in depth about circular economy and how from our roles we can leverage it. Please share how Walmart is boosting circular economy in their operations. Of course, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here with us. At Walmart, we want not only to neutralize the impact, we're looking for solutions to regenerate the environment. An additional step. We've set ambitious goals to become a zero-emission company by 2040. As Raul mentioned, until we get not only raw materials, but also in our operations, we're trying to boost things in our agenda. With circular economy, we want to minimize generation of residues and maximize efficiency on every stage of the product's life cycle. At Walmart, we are committed with a transition to circular economy. I'll give 3 examples. The first one, avoid over 90% of waste generated in our operations to be sent to landfills. We want to recover 90% of the waste we generate. We began building a biodigestion plant in Costa Rica that is going to process all residues of fruits and vegetables by annually avoiding to have tons and tons of waste. To give context, we have currently 80% of our waste in Mexico and 62% in Central America we're recycling and recirculating. Another key point is to reduce food waste. Last year in Central America, we donated 6,800 tons of product. We supported the many organizations that reached almost 250,000 people. But we won't stop there. We'll keep on boosting donations. We'll optimize logistics in our stores and coverage. I also want to give an example that you know of, which is the Imperfectas pero Buenas program, which already operates in 6 countries and recovers and sells over 1,300 tons of fruits and vegetables. They have aesthetic details, but quality and flavor are great. So that's another example of what we are trying to support in our agenda. And the plastic footprint, what can we say about this? Our objective is to reduce over 3,000 tons of virgin plastic in our operations and our self-brand products. We've achieved 9,300 tons. They were recycled with the effort of our producers and associates. Reducing plastic is a multi-dimensional challenge, and it requires intervention from all of us. From design and development of new tools that will allow us to accelerate the use of other materials by incorporating circular economy in the life cycle of products. Plastic and non-recyclable packaging are linked to emissions, pollution, and loss of biodiversity. This requires our attention, scale, and creativity for the solutions we need to find. By 2025, 100% of the packaging of our brands like Great Value, Members Mark should be recyclable, reusable, or compostable. We also want to avoid the use of unnecessary plastic that is hard to recycle and to at least include 20% of recycled material post-consumption. We're constantly looking for solutions to eliminate the use of single-use packaging, and our purchase team is working actively with our vendors. We want to hear from one of our associates who looks for new solutions daily with our vendors. Luisa, what is the team doing in order to reach our goals? Yes, with our brands, we're constantly working on developing more sustainable products, taking care of the origin of the raw materials, and developing more circular packaging. Raw materials need to come from a sustainable source, they need to be responsible, and packaging needs to be developed to be more recyclable by reducing the use of plastic and other unnecessary materials and incorporating recycled plastic whenever possible. We also want to improve communication with our clients. We're incorporating in the labels of our packaging a section called recycling, where we add information about the packaging. So, for the client to know what material each component is made of, we also give recommendation on preparing them to be recycled. With instructions, for example, whether you have to separate something from another thing, or do we need to prepare it by cleaning it, rinsing it, and so on. A clear example of the work we're doing with vendors is a project with Grupo Tisho, where all of the napkins and these products that already have a recyclable packaging now will have 30% recycling post-consumption. Please tell us of your experience. What's been the challenges? What can you recommend for other vendors in the process? Luisa, Dolores, Gaston, team, thank you for the chance to talk about this project. And yes, several months ago, Walmart approached us and gave us a challenge, which sounds simple, but I want more sustainable packaging. And when it was sustainable, it was not about it being recyclable, it already was. Now I want you to add to the packaging second-use resins or post-consumption packaging. We have some idea of this, but this is important. In order for it to be considered post-consumption, it must have produced, come to the shelves, not being consumed, and then discarded and recovered the resins. Then we needed to bring them once again to the process of packaging with virgin resins. The challenge was not easy. They said 20% had to be this sort of resins. The important thing is when we sat to do the project, we were talking about two premises. We cannot put the quality of the product at risk, and we cannot make this more costly and give it to our clients. We moved forward in the project. Honestly, we began with a 10% project in several of our products by running different tests, and I can proudly say that we didn't only get to 20. One of our main items is in the shelves with 30% recycled resins post-consumption. So we went over this goal. But when there's such an ambitious project, obviously there will be obstacles, and you asked me about advice for other vendors. First of all, cost. When someone talks about recycling, everybody thinks of, maybe not you, but ask anybody. Recycling, they think cheap, it needs to be cheaper, but it's not necessarily so, because we're in a country where we don't have the culture of recycling. So, from separating, washing, dyeing, different processes that will allow you to put it back in the packaging without polluting or going against quality. It can be costly, so we had a second job. We needed to strongly negotiate with vendors who were truly convinced, like us here and online, about caring for the environment in order to get better costs. And second of all, having the analysis on our value chain and saying, If there's an additional cost, we'll need to find a place to get the resources so as to not transfer it to our clients. Now we are really proud of saying it is not only an item. We have the commitment and all of the vendors that we're looking for after several months of trying several vendors and for it to be sustainable. So Dolores team, we're announcing that by December the latest, all of the product line Great Value, which is the ones that we produced, they'll at least have 30% physio. And that is why we see at least 30 because we have the team over there and we've already said we're going for 40. So I love this. I'd already been invited. Thank you. I was invited to talk about numbers. When this effort made just in this division, it will save over 350 tons of resins, virgin resins a year by doing this sort of effort. So very briefly, that's what we're working on. Well, thank you, Pepe, and the whole tissue team for being strategic partners and helping us reach our commitments for a better planet. So thank you, Pepe. Thank you, Luisa, Gaston, and everybody for their commitment, devotion, and for the transition for sustainable packaging. The innovation that happens the whole time happens due to the situation and the urgency of these topics. We'll need everybody's help. Vendors, buyers, leading companies in order to pilot and test new ideas and technologies to truly reach our commitments. We also need support from our clients and associates. Please show of hands who recycles here. Great, lots of us. In Mexico and Central America, it's over 173 million people generating waste every day, and that is where we need to be aware. That is why we're committed to boosting the recycling culture in the region, and one of the first efforts that we made with our allies was Recicla, Venia, Evoluciona, and currently we have 34 recycling centers in Mexico where we receive materials such as PET, cardboard, paper, aluminum, and the objective is to make recycling a simple experience where people can recycle, make purchases, all in one place. Then you'll see one of our centers and how they work. Please be agents of change in these movements. Separate your waste at home, bring it to the recycling centers to avoid them from being in our ecosystem. Thank you, Gaston, Luisa, Pepe, for collaborating with us, helping us to care for the planet, and we'll leave you to the next video. At Walmart Mexico and Central America, we always work with honesty and respect under the highest standards of integrity. We're associates who are responsible, trustworthy, ethical, and transparent. Here we guarantee a safe environment for making purchases and working. Well, hopefully you really loved this. Thank you to all the participants. It was really positive messages, but I'll stick to the last one before we close. It begins with one person, one challenge, Pepe, giving us an explanation of how the product came about, and a person, a team, a society, a collaboration. It begins with ourselves. I'd like to finish by acknowledging the effort and devotion of the company and the mission of becoming a regenerative company by 2040. I am really proud of everything we're building together, and I am really excited about the future that awaits us. Thank you to our associates, clients, members, and vendors for the collaborative commitment. Over 230,000 associates are committed to making this a reality. We have thousands of vendors for helping us achieve this and 6 million clients visiting daily. We have the great opportunity of making a change in Mexico and the world. It is us, the people, who have the power of transforming. The climate crisis is something that we all face together as a society, and it is a great challenge. That is why the path that we have ahead of us requires commitment and learning from each one of us. Technology plays a key role, but it is us that have the power to change Mexico and the world. Always guided by respect, compassion toward ourselves, toward other people, and the environment that sustains us all. Together, let's continue on building collective actions to ensure a sustainable future where we can all live better in our beloved Mexico and the world. Thank you. We've reached the end of our Regenerative Company Summit 2024 Collective Actions to Live Better. Thank you.